On the graph, blue is Jewish and green is Palestinians. Notice in the 35-year period, the Palestinian population has gone up 5 times from 1 million to 5 million, and this largely while under the welfare care of the UN, much of which the funding came from the United States.
Ban Ki-moon back in Gaza. But 14 months after his last visit, some things haven't changed. And the Secretary General again urged Israel to lift its blockade.
I have repeatedly made it quite clear to Israel's leaders that the Israeli policy of closure is not sustainable and that is wrong.
The United Nations says 3,500 houses were destroyed in last year's major Israeli offensive. Most of them have now been cleared, but few have been rebuilt. The blockade means building materials are hard to get hold of, and Gazans are having to make do with whatever they can find.
Such is the scarcity of construction materials inside Gaza. What we've got here is people collecting up rubble from buildings damaged in last year's conflict with Israel, crushing it, processing it, and then turning it into bricks. And the workers here, they say it must be the only place in the world where they recycle rocks.
Abdul Razik Musleh is the foreman here. Him and some of his 13 children work on the site. He tells me this is the hardest job he's ever done, but he says the workers here have to put food on the table for their families. For a 9-hour day, they're paid about $10. And that doesn't buy you much in Gaza. At the main market in Gaza City, there is no shortage of food, but the blockade means that much of it is expensive. Products such as meat are often smuggled in by tunnels from Egypt. A kilo of beef here costs over $15, simply unaffordable for most Gazans. Ban Ki-moon said he felt solidarity with the people of Gaza, but when it comes to the blockade, few here will believe that Israel will listen to what he has to say. John Donison, BBC News, Gaza City.
Notice in the video shown on BBC, the man has 13 children working there. It reminds me of the retired Turkish general saying Islam didn't need to use violence to take over Europe. It will ride the democratic bus. That is by the use of birth rather than birth control and abortion. And just look at the rise in the population of Gaza. Look at the birth rate in Gaza. Look why they are being fed by us, by the UN. In 2009, 44% of the Gazan population was 14 or under. All of this dramatic increase has been while receiving massive handouts for home and food from the United Nations.